Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Oh, there we go, teacher again. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Happy Wednesday, everyone. I had a golf tournament to do on Monday, so today does not feel like Wednesday, even though I'm here. I'm glad to be here. But like the motions of getting here felt like my car wasn't like sure where to go because it's still like just off. It's like a holiday week. Anyway, I was here last night for Startup Fayette. I see one face in the room who is two faces in the room that were also here. 3 faces in the room. 4 faces in the room. 5 faces in the room. Oh, this just got exciting. Anyway, for those 5 people that were in the room, how did you guys feel about the event last night?
Pretty good. I mean, I thought gave some good information to at least, if nothing else, start conversations that we can have going forward, trying to get off the ground or further our investing search.
That step, if you're going in that direction of your business and trying to raise funding, it was like drinking from a fire hose. And I have to tell you, Karen is supposed to be here this morning. She said she's coming back, but I can tell you that she is just a wealth of information. She is now one of the entrepreneurs in residence here, so I don't know exactly what day and time her block would be, but if you're a member, you have access to her, and she'll help you kind of break down and explain all the different things that she had talked about last night. But man, was it a lot. What?
I think Monday's going to be her day.
Monday?
Yeah, her and Steve were talking. They got to iron it out, but she said Monday's is probably the best day for her. She can even stay till 6.
Yeah, I think that's what she had. Well, I didn't remember the date, the day of the week, but I think she said maybe like a 3 to 6 window. That way, people who do have regular jobs and need that extra hour or something. But she lives in the backyard here, so it's literally a walk through the woods for her to get here. She was telling me last night how she uses a stick to clear the spider webs as she's walking back home. All right, well, so I see the room is full. I love it. Can I get a show of hands as to whose first time it is attending 1 Million Cups? You and Aaron. Very good. So you guys are in luck because I think that actually only had about 3 hands, and these are my last 3 notebooks. One of which comes with a pen. The other 2 are out of luck, I guess, because I can't find the pens. But if you would please pass these to the people who are new. So those are gifts courtesy of the Kauffman Foundation. The Kauffman Foundation started 1 Million Cups with a mission to caffeinate entrepreneurs every Wednesday. And here we are, one of 111 chapters across the country. We all meet on Wednesday mornings. And our caffeine is provided by Beignet and Brew. And if you haven't yet had a beignet, you are missing out. And please make sure that box is empty before this is over. I cannot have it. The coffee is delicious also. And all your accoutrements should be back there if you need it. But please stop into Beignet and Brew at some point and just say thank you to them. Let them know that you appreciate them as a sponsor of 1 Million Cups. I've been asking them to come and be a part of this and present or just to be in the audience, but Ron is our designated coffee picker-upper, and he tells me every week there's somebody else behind the counter. Like the staffing is, as you can imagine in retail, is just really difficult. So just any appreciation you can give them I would appreciate that. All right, so there's a slideshow running behind me. There's a couple things I'm not keeping up with the order. There is a single QR code that I created that now takes you to one of those Linktree pages where there's a whole lot of things you can do once you're there. One of them, probably the most important, is to check into Launch Fayette. Launch Fayette is the first of its kind incubator on the south side of Atlanta, and there are multiple stakeholders at play here, and they need to know that y'all are in the room. And that's a way for us to let them know that. Checking into, do you guys need the slide? I can bring that back. I saw a couple phones go up and down real fast. I'll just leave it up like that rather than playing it in slide mode. So checking in with 1MC, that lets the Kauffman Foundation keep track of how many people are in attendance and the types of people you are. Are you an investor? Are you a founder? Or just a member of the community? We do have a private Facebook group. I know I mention it every week, but I feel like it's a very underutilized tool. Since we are not a typical networking meeting, that's the place where you can connect with each other. That's the place where you can promote yourself. And I highly recommend that you actively use that group. I already mentioned checking in with Launch Fayette. You can see events that are upcoming from the Chamber of Commerce. They are sort of an unofficial sponsor of 1 Million Cups, a partner, if you will. So I like to promote all the things they have going on. We, as the Chamber of Commerce, Launch Fayette, and my company, Jason Hunter Design, we're putting on our 4th pitch contest this year. The finals is going to be on November 18th. That's the 3rd Tuesday in November. It's taking place at Stars Mill High School Auditorium. It seats 1,200 people, so I'm definitely going to need you to bring everybody you know to fill that space. In reality, I'm expecting about 200 people. I think it's going to be an incredible evening. The first time that we're having the event take place up on a stage. We have production occurring, so it's really going to feel Shark Tank-esque. In fact, our 3 judges are going to have startup Fayette dollars to invest into each of the pitchers, that sounds weird, participants, contestants, works, it's a contest. And then whoever has the most amount of startup dollars at the end will win a plethora of prizes from a whole bunch of sponsors. That goes from Jason Hunter Designs donating websites to people doing branding, photo shoots, videos, financial coaching, business coaching, a membership to Launch Fayette, a membership to the Chamber of Commerce. I mean, the list, honestly, it just goes on and on. It's incredible. And we're really looking forward to that. So we hope that you'll RSVP. And if you're interested in applying, the applications are open. And then lastly is my company's Fresh Look Friday newsletter. We send a newsletter out every Friday morning at 10 a.m. And the email itself is full of really great content, but it leads to a blog post that's 4 times the amount of valuable content. So I hope that you guys will subscribe to that and follow along in our marketing journey. And let's see, Ray, I know you'd like to talk about some Launch Fayette stuff. If you wouldn't mind, before you talk about the program, can you just give an overview as to what Launch Fayette is for everybody who isn't familiar?
Absolutely. Ray Bruce, one of the entrepreneurs in residence here for Launch Fayette. Launch Fayette is committed to you and to your success in being able to convert the vision that you have to a business or to a service to be able to support others. As an entrepreneur myself, I've been involved in creating or an ownership of close to 30 different small businesses in my career. That's been my focus. But as entrepreneurs in residence, each of the 4 of us who have that designation have very different backgrounds and areas of perspective and experience to be able to bring to bear. So find out what the resources are that we have here. And the 1 Million Cups to me is, many of us as entrepreneurs are used to going to networking groups and finding out leads and finding people that we may be able to serve more effectively or connect with. And while that's one of the things that may happen for you in coming to 1 Million Cups, 1 Million Cups is really, to me, like going into the library with an idea that I want to be able to get more information about. This is a place for you as an entrepreneur to come with your business idea and your concept, your approach to business, and be able to respond to a presenter who's presenting what their vision for their business is, and to be able to have a conversation around that, not to sell them on what you do or to buy what they're selling, but to be able to arm wrestle through the concept of the structure and the approach that they're using to their business. So that's what we get to do here at 1 Million Cups. The 1 Million Cups is only one small part of what happens within Launch Fayette. The Entrepreneurs in Residence is only one small part, and I wanted to be able to highlight a week from tomorrow, we're having a presentation Thursday morning, and it's from 9 to 12, and I know that that's a difficult time for most entrepreneurs. but the presenters are going to be representatives from the, it's about creating your brand with intellectual property, and they're actually representatives from the trademarks division of the federal government. And so it's really important for you from a trade, if you have anything that you're thinking of, a product, a service that you're thinking of trademarking, to be able to come learn about from their perspective and from their experience. They're coming to you, to this office, rather than you having to go to their office to meet with them. And you'll be able to do it with other entrepreneurs. 1 Million Cups is an important part of what we can offer and support. And so appreciate your presence and being here this morning. And Jason, it's all yours.
Thank you, Ray. I appreciate that. And I definitely do hope that people take advantage of these programs. They are quite amazing. The level of professionalism that's brought into these different presentations is really incredible. All right, so one last thing I just want to make sure to talk about beforehand, before I turn it over to our presenter, is one of the other things that I do in the community is put on the night market, and I would love it if you'd all become patrons. If you haven't been yet, please attend for your first time. The next one is October 3rd. There's a lot of people in the room who volunteer and help me make this event possible, and I'm just always happy to publicly say thank you to all of those people. I literally could not do it without them. It is a really fun event, and if you've never been, I hope you can. And I think that's all I've got. Oh, so there is something else in the works that I'll share. I've mentioned it to a few people, or to this audience a couple times. It's called Artisans at the Avenue. I am just keeping you updated to let you know that I have paid for our insurance, and I'm now waiting for the lease from the Avenue, but it should begin, the lease should begin on October 1st. So I will not be doing anything there for this weekend of October 3rd, but that following weekend, we should be fully up and running with all sorts of artisan vendors filling the space immediately to the left of Positano. So I hope that you'll come by and say hello and share my excitement of bringing artisans to the Avenue. So to reality. All right.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, sir.
I'd just like to say, this Friday night, I have a good friend performing at Grazing here.
Oh, yeah?
So if you like good food, like good music, and like to dance,
What kind of
Kelly Huff
music?
is going to be performing this Friday.
What kind of
Kelly
music?
Huff. Friday starts she starts performing around 9 o'clock.
What kind of music is it?
It's all kinds of genres. She is a great performer. It's all kinds of genres from the 80s to the present. And
Okay.
country involved. So
Cool.
if you want to come Grazing here, it's Friday night. And good food, good dancing, great music.
That sounds fun.
All right.
I can't guarantee this for this Friday, although that does sound like a great place. But let's see. Last Friday, Jason Hunter Design hosted a networking lunch for our night market volunteers and sponsors, and it was at Curious Pig. It was at lunchtime. It was so great, and it got me thinking that it would be really fun if we did something like that. Like a social type of thing, right? So Xana hasn't been here in a while, but she's got her farm. And I think it would be really cool if we all go out there and hang with her animals for a while, or maybe go out to lunch or do something. So I'm gonna see about making something like that happen. So just let that be in your consciousness, and we'll talk about it later. But all right, Jennifer, I've delayed.
We could go paintballing.
No, yeah.
Sounds like something
Where around here is there people?
Uh-huh.
No, you're just going out.
In his
Sorry,
backyard.
you gotta back that up. I'm
His
down.
backyard, we'll all line up. and just-
All right.
Yeah, we'll run a marathon, maybe.
I think I'll pass on all of those. Maybe the farm, okay. All right, so everybody has sticky notes somewhere on the table in front of you. So I want you guys to kind of pass them out. You should have pens, markers, there should be some spread out all the way through it. I want you to think really hard, and I need everybody to participate. Write one or two of the most time and energy draining things within your business. Just one or two of the most time and energy draining things that you do within your business. Now. Yeah, one or two of the most time or energy draining things that you do within your business. And then when you're done, I want you to stick them on the wall, just right beside you. You can pass them down the row, stick them on the wall. Because every business has things that are in it that take you away from, or take someone away from their ultimate goal and their ultimate vision. So I want to know what those two top things are that take you away from reaching your dreams. And then as we're doing that, Josh, can I get you to do me a favor? Can you kind of go through and read a few of them? Thanks. Your feet work better than mine. They're probably dogs. Just for short.
All right, so you've got bookkeeping, marketing tools upkeep, and scheduling final day.
Writing on sticky notes.
Hey, guys, I'd love to hear some of these answers.
Data entry, bad client leads, follow-up emails, lead generation, marketing, email sorting, send out quotes to potential clients, answer emails, content creation. Oh, I should have put that one. Anyway, emails, filing. What does this say? See? Business.
Emails.
Oh, all right. Bookkeeping.
Bookkeeping.
What is this?
Writing on sticky notes.
Oh, writing on sticky notes. Good job, Aaron. Fundraising, customer engagement.
Okay, so you kind of get the gist. There's a whole bunch more over there. Imagine a full wall of Post-it notes. Lots of Post-it notes, because people jot down a note, I gotta remember this, I need to do that. Here was this person. It's overwhelming. Entrepreneurs may not always write them on sticky notes. Sometimes they put them in their lovely, their tablets or their phones. We're virtual now, so I still like sticky notes, but I don't like them to show. When you are full of sticky notes, are you accomplishing what your actual goal is? Tell me how many business owners you know that started a business in order to write on sticky notes all day. Chasing emails, chasing leads, content creation, that's a big one. It takes time to think of those things. AI is a great tool, but AI has to be worked with. It's not something that can work on its own, otherwise the whole world knows you used it. It's helpful, that's right. Okay, so my question is for all of you. How many of you got up this morning and said, today, I'm going to schedule as many meetings as possible? No? None of you? Gosh, I don't understand. What's wrong with all of you? My name is Jennifer, and I am the CEO of Management Virtually Powered. We are a back office support who does all of those things. We provide that service so that entrepreneurs, business owners can go up and they can do the things that they actually were designed to do. Those things that make them happy, that turn them on, that give them that light at the end of their day. That's what we do, the back office, and allow you to shine. So, I have several reasons for wanting to do this today. I created Management Virtually Powered to be able to support and work with 4 different nonprofit things in the long run. My sister, to give you a little background, my sister spent the last 31 years raising an autistic child with 4 different kinds of epilepsy. He graduated at 21 because the school kicks you out at 21. They say you've had enough. She did that on her own because during those years, there weren't enough advocates to fight for that. There weren't enough programs and resources to help with that. I watched the struggles that she went through. I watched her husband break down physically because he was working so much in order to support what needed to happen to keep her son and give him the best life he could have. My second one is I lost my mother. And this one I'm not gonna cry because I'm strong and I don't have to. But I lost my mother at Christmas last year. I lost my father at Christmas a couple of years before that. My mother went into the hospital at Thanksgiving with a broken femur. She passed three weeks later from liver cancer that we never knew she had. It metastasized when they opened her up to fix her femur. Something that people don't realize happens. You can be living with cancer all your life and never know it. It scared me to death in that respect. She lost her best friend to a gynecological cancer. It's so prevalent these days how much runs around. So Hearts of Deal, Chris Hart, his wife Kim, has battled and continues to battle, but has an amazing nonprofit that we have been starting to support as we go. So that's the second one. Something to give back, because my mom was one that gave to anybody she saw. She never met a stranger, and she wouldn't hesitate to give you the shirt off her back if she knew there was a need. So my goal is to work. Getting ahead of myself, let's not do that. Okay, my third one is I have worked within, I taught high school. I run and manage 3 Taekwondo schools. One of the things that Taekwondo schools work very hard to do is to teach people to be confident, to teach them respect, self-control, those things, those life skills that we all need. We know that, we need them in business. But these kids need them in school. One of the biggest things that you hear about it all the time that goes on in school is bullying. And bullying has come, bullying goes all the way back to Bible days if you think about it. Joseph's brothers sold him because they didn't like the fact that he was his father's favorite. You go back to old school, well, it is old school for me, but you know, one of my favorite shows growing up, Little House on the Prairie. Nellie Olson was a bully. I mean, really was. It's always there, and it's always gonna be there. But instead of trying to always teach them not to be bullies, we are trying to grow students who do not become targets of bullying because they know how to carry themselves. They know how to be a friend to the person sitting there who doesn't have any. I have a podcast I've been writing for almost 2 years now. And it deals with bullying. It teaches the signs. It teaches the strategies. It teaches the things that parents and students need to know in order to be able to attack this from a different way. So that's the third one. We'll want to get that off the ground. My goal is January of this coming year. My fourth one is, this one is for my team. All of my team know me very well. They've grown up with me, or they've worked with me, or worked for me in one job or another. Fourth reason is being able to start your own business is something that so many people would love to do. But without resources, without mentors, without coaches, without somebody behind them encouraging them to go, to do, to chase those dreams, so many businesses get left undone. So many people walk through life going, if only I could have. I sat through Pitch, the one you were just talking about, it. You invited me last year, the pitch contest.
Okay.
Absolutely loved it. I was so impressed with just the content, the amount, the magnitude of the people from all ages and all walks of life who got up there. But they had people, the one thing that was in common was there were people there ready to help them. And that's where I want to be. I want to be able to give back, to show the community that you can do this. You know, if you need a little help this way, if you just need someone to give you that push, that's where I want to be. But in order to do those things, I have to fund it, okay? My daughter needed a job. She's a 5th degree master in Taekwondo. She broke her back in 4 places. She's no longer a master, well, she's still a master. She'll never lose that. She earned that. She's an international gold medalist in sparring. That is her dream, it's her life. Got taken away at a young age, but she now has learned and leaned into digital media marketing. I can't tell you how many Taekwondo schools now she has as her own clients because she knows that field, she knows what she's doing. So she works on part of my team. I grew this business to give her something to continue with, but the whole team that I have that grows with me wants to also reach into our 4 nonprofits. So that's how it started. Management Virtually Powered. Let me tell you about the business so you'll understand where we're from, what we do. All right, so my roadmap today, we're going to talk about the overwhelm that entrepreneurs face, look at some of the statistics that face or that are real and out there, hear a real success story, and then I'm finally going to show you my ideal client. But then I'm going to ask you for your help in finding ways that I can grow where I am in order to reach out to all the other areas, okay? So did you know that entrepreneurs, they really didn't, we talked about this a little bit, they didn't start their businesses to chase emails or to chase leads or to manage their drive and their inbox. They really didn't. There may be a few of us that like doing that, but there's very few of us. They started them because they wanted to grow, they want to impact others, they want to lead. They have something, a vision that they want to put out for the rest of the world. I meet these, I call them brilliant business people, every day. And every day it's the same story over and over. I get bogged down. I get bogged down in scheduling. I overbooked my meetings. I missed that meeting because I didn't get it in my phone correctly. It happens, and we all know this.
How does she know me?
Because I meet them every day. No, I'm just kidding. Did you know that 72% of business owners feel like they are overwhelmed? They're overwhelmed with back office things that they could give away to other people to do. Did you know that they spend about a third of their week, about 12 to 15 hours of their week doing those back office tasks just because they have to be done before they can move forward? 40% of entrepreneurs tell you that their biggest barrier to scaling is just a lack of streamlined systems. You can streamline the way things work and grow back so much time. It just takes someone to know how to do, someone to look in from the outside and be able to help you put things in a right order. That's what I do. I clear the Post-its. I take them off the wall for you, whether it's virtually, whether it's physically. We handle inboxes, drives, optimization. We do everything from CRMs. We build them from scratch, or we teach you how to use them if you already have one you like. We turn around, we do have content creation. We have legs in all back office. Each back office has a head, and that head partners with you as a business so that you are, or they are, a part of your business. The beauty of it is they don't take a footprint in the business. They have their own remote ways of doing things. They don't require health benefits. They take care of their own. They don't require taxes from you. Amazing. No, because the IRS takes a lot. They are your right hand without ever being seen. So that's what they're there for. Now, all my little pieces of paper. Sarah, she's actually a friend of mine. She's a business coach, and she's in Washington right now. She called me up one night, we were just talking, and her biggest thing was, Jennifer, I don't feel like I'm actually doing the things I started out to do. She said, I find myself constantly having to market or constantly having to answer emails, filter through the subscriptions. They just come. She said, I don't feel like I'm doing my best. I'm not doing what I am good at. We talked, and I said, you know what, let's take a step back. Let's take a look. So we went in, we found where her CRMs could, she has 2, and she needed 2 for what she does. We found where they could integrate together. We mixed it so that one flow runs right into the next. Seamless, it's great. It ended up taking away almost a third of the amount of email traffic coming through. It ended up taking and saving her almost 4 hours every day by the time everything was put in place. She now is growing. She says, you know what, for the first time, I feel like I'm able to stand up and do the things that I wanted to do. It works. It's something that everyone needs. It just takes time to know that they need it. So, perfect fit for my service. Let me ask you a question. And I'm not picking on you, it was already in my script, I'm sorry. If you're a chef, do you want to be doing, well, I'll ask you, do you enjoy planning the seating arrangements?
No.
Okay. Do you enjoy finding the numbers to all of the different vendors that you have?
No.
No, why not? You're a chef, that's what you do, right? You enjoy cooking, creating, right? That's your vision. That's what you should do. All right, let me ask another one, a business coach. That's you.
Oh, boy.
I met you on the phone last night. Okay. As a business coach, do you enjoy bookkeeping?
No.
Crunching the tax? No, it's not fun? It's not
No.
fun? I understand. I know a bookkeeper. All right, I have one more. Realtors. Miss Annie, can I use you? Miss Annie, I adore you. You are an amazing realtor. Your customers and your clients, your testimonials show it all the time. Do you enjoy cold calling?
Absolutely not.
Do you? No, why not? But you need referrals somehow, right? Those are things that back office support does. When those things get taken out of your way, it gives business owners the ability to thrive. So, that's management virtually powered. It's what we do. We enjoy what we do. My question to you, so I'm going to take it from you.
Take it.
My question to you is, how do I utilize my community to help grow that part of the business so that we can reach out as a business to all of the nonprofits that we want to be supporting? Does that make sense?
Can you say it one more time?
How do I reach out to my community for help in order to grow that part of the business, because that's what's going to be funding the nonprofits that we wish to support and work with? Yes, ma'am.
Do you
I
have
feel like a teacher again.
Google page for people to review or to?
I do. It's only recently been started because I didn't pay attention to Google for a while. I do now.
Do you have a Facebook page or other pages that we can follow?
I do. Facebook, LinkedIn.
What are the handles of those things? Or can you send that to the?
I
info
can
for
do
Million
that.
Cups Group?
Let's do that. I can do it that way. My daughter handles all of that.
Well, then she's got some homework.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Do you hang out with people who are not in their business? For example, church groups or Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or something in the community that doesn't have anything to do with your business? Because if you only hang out with the people that you do business with currently, or the people that know what you do, you're limiting yourself.
I don't. I can honestly say I don't. I'm a homebody. But
And hire a virtual assistant to do it for you.
I'm
Hire
sorry.
someone to do it for you.
I have a team, yes.
Yes.
And they can do it, but I'll have to
Yeah.
instruct them.
But you're the person.
Right, but,
Yeah.
you know, yeah,
Playing off what Lisa just said, if you've got somebody on your team that really enjoys being around people, there are endless networking opportunities and just being kind of because that's what I do for local marketing,
That's right.
is be in the community so people see and connect. And I just mentioned the name because she knows as well. But anyway, if you have someone on your team that can go out and just be that connection and just show presence at those various areas, that's very beneficial.
and she's talking about like the Chamber of Commerce or Rotary.
I'm a member.
That's a great, but you need to go to the meetings, you go
I
to
have
ribbon
not.
cuttings, you go and meet people. Velveeta is everywhere, we're everywhere, you know, and that's what you want to be. They're everywhere. And as soon as they need a virtual assistant, they know who to call immediately. Not like, oh, I remembered some woman that was doing it a few months ago. It's more like, I know who she is. I know who she is. Yeah,
Sorry.
no, and it doesn't have to be you. You know, we both have represented companies locally that are powerhouses. My old boss was a powerhouse. He had a great personality. He was the picture of it. Annie knows who he was. But I was the one doing all the legwork. I was the one doing all the marketing. I was the face of it. You know, so that's important. So, and that will give you some, and like she said, don't hang around. Go out and be everywhere. Just be everywhere. But you can't be. You just told us that. So you have to hire someone to do so. That's their only job, to kind of be everywhere. Yeah, that's a person.
Yes, ma'am.
Jennifer, in your marketing, do you list the nonprofits that you are supporting? Because then we would know that proceeds from your business is actually going directly to nonprofits, which would direct people who are looking for people who are doing a lot of corporate social responsibility.
I don't, but that is
Do
something.
you have a
I do.
website?
I do.
Is it?
Marcia does it.
Is that it?
Yes, you can look it up under Management Virtually Powered. It has a parent company, but that one feeds right into it. Yes, sir.
Me?
Yeah, you had your hand up.
Oh,
And then I missed you.
I did?
He did, and then I talked to you back, so.
Just for content purposes, when they ask you a question, can you repeat it? And then,
Oh.
yeah, that's
Yes,
all.
sir. I know to do that, yes, sir.
Okay.
so I mean, I'll comment. I feel like we have had the pleasure of having you in our audience for quite a while. So I just want to say that it's really great to actually get a chance to understand what it is that you do. I've put it out there to the room numerous times that I'd love to get to know every single person in the room. Let's have coffee. We have not had that chance. So now I finally understand what it is that we do. I think that this exercise of having people put those post-its up and explaining that you can help take those away from them was brilliant. And to everybody else's point, you need to be in more places with more of your ideal client so that you can explain. You can do that without it being a lesson, right? But you can do that for them. You can show them. I will say that there's a lot of post-it notes on there, and it covers a wide spectrum of things, and it seems like you can do it all. And I know that
I physically cannot.
No, your company, that your company can do it all. And I know that sometimes that I suffer from, I don't know what the right word is, right? But like, I can do all of that for you. And then it's like, what is, there's a saying, it's rattling around in my brain, but like, I can do a lot of things for people.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
But I can't do everything, like bookkeeping. I do not do bookkeeping. What? Oh, no.
There's a term, it's rattling around in my brain, maybe I'll come up with it.
Jack of all trades.
That wasn't it. But yes, it's along those lines.
It is, but a master at none. No.
Right, but
There
I
are
mean,
things.
I'm not claiming to be a master at everything. I think my overwhelm is essentially the word that I'm looking for. That if I sit down with you, and you probably suffer from this too, is that we sit down with people and we hear everything that it is that they need help with, and coming back with I can help you with all of that, is almost
Can't do that.
overwhelming for them because they don't know where to start.
Right, can't
so
do that.
I think one of the things that they say about communication, the best conversation is where you just listen, right? So listening to what people are saying they need, and then finding the one thing that you can help with that can then lead to another thing. But it's having those conversations, which means someone on your team, all of you on your team, need to be out there in the community and talking to the people that are your ideal clients. And that's where I would, that's my suggestion, which is the same as what everybody else is saying.
Okay.
I'd also, like she said, include the nonprofits that you want to support in your website somewhere. Because that'll attract millennials at least, or people who care about the community, you know, and I think that's awesome that you do that.
Can I comment on the nonprofit piece? So I think, I guess it's millennial. Is that the generation that loves to, buy things that they know they're socially good at being done, which is great, and I hope that it extends beyond to the younger generations and beyond them. But I am curious about maybe this a generational question for me. Am I going to assume that your prices are higher so that you can support the nonprofits? Am I okay with that? Because the economy right now does not allow me to pay for anything at a premium. Or is the way that you're giving back to these nonprofits that you're donating your time
It's structured in that there are 4 arms within Management Virtually Powered. There is the general admin side that is run by the person who's the strongest nonprofit that they have, that their hearts for are the Hearts of Teal. There is a content creation side, which is hosted and run by my daughter, and that one right there, it runs directly to, it will be the Southside Support rather, and I will actually be I'm actually going to be doing services. I'm sitting down with Kate McEnroe sometime a little later this month, and then we're going to talk through some of those things as well.
Sounds like we'll be working together, because that's a website we do.
Okay, well, there we go. And I don't do websites. They do mine for me. That's how we know each other. And then each arm has its own piece that will, so like the podcast that comes up will be held under the nonprofit, because we'll have speakers that will come in, we'll have resources that will be able to be used. And then the 4th piece has to do with the pitch contest and whatnot, and that's where, as soon as that piece, that's my last one to get up. Once that gets up, we'll be supporting in some way, whether it's offering services to the new entrepreneurs coming up, whether it's funding, whether it's whatever happens. But each arm is run by a specific person whom that is their entity, and then they have teammates. Does that?
Yeah, no, I see your about page tweaked a little bit so that each of your team members can feature the nonprofit that they're most passionate about. But I see that leading from a greater about page that shares all about that to everyone's advice. But just so I'm clear, should we be reaching out to talk to you about being a sponsor of the pitch contest?
Yes, that would be great. It's on my calendar to be there, so.
Maggie.
So I have a question. Are you a nonprofit?
I am not yet. I will.
Is your goal for Management Virtually Powered?
Parlor Visions is actually the head of that, and that will be the nonprofit.
Okay.
I'm working toward, we just trademarked Management Virtually Powered, and as soon as that, actually, it's supposed to be getting that back sometime in September. So everything's done, I'm just waiting on it to come back. Once that part is done, then we're gonna move into the next portion, which is actually doing the nonprofit and putting Parlor Visions at the top. Management Virtually Powered will be the actual funding that comes in that supports all of the rest of it.
Okay. This is where my brain was going when you were giving the presentation, is I think that your main question seems to be, how do I just grow my business like anybody else in here, right? Because if you grow it, you'll have enough money to support them.
Absolutely, yes, but I want to be able to connect as well with people that need those, that's where we're headed. So it's a whole, I guess I gave you the whole picture instead of just pieces of it, but I don't know, I need the whole picture in order to understand what I'm.
And we have a son on the autism spectrum too, so I'm very familiar with Southside Support. I love starting with this because you're starting with what my needs are, right? And I think that that's important. But I do agree that maybe on your website you'll try to explain that focus better. Because I think that maybe, again, it's a generational thing, but I think those things are important. But really, I want to know what you can do for me.
Okay.
So.
And reviews.
Yes. Yes.
Are you doing any of your own social media to promote yourself? Because I just Googled virtual assistants around me, and you don't have enough Google juice. So by getting out there and doing maybe some YouTube videos with some tips, and then hey, if you want more, click here and come down a funnel, or maybe Instagram.
I haven't. I was always one that I was never a social media person. And so I just recently had my daughter start picking up and start making a presence, so it's very new. Don't like being in front of cameras. I really So, do I?
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. So, no, I haven't, but yes, that is one of our goals, is to start doing. And then the podcasts will go out, we'll also do YouTube videos that will go along. But maybe I need to get some out there beforehand.
Yeah, because I'm underwhelmed, and when
Okay.
I'm with a business, if I can do it myself, then why hire you, right?
Right.
So, I mean, it's, except for that you're taking time away, well, I can give that to my kid or something like that.
Right.
But if I'm going to spend money on a professional doing it, I want a professional level, and I'm not saying you're not, or you can't be, or you're, but you're not showing that. So I want it to be like, I want my business to be like that.
Okay.
That has to be like, boom, in my face, I want that. And so you need to be like not over the top, meaning unprofessional, meaning like in my face, over the top, so I can say, my gosh, this virtual assistant thing is right here. I want them to do that for me, social media wise, at least, So reviews are extremely important, extremely.
I say YouTube number 2.
Yeah.
Second most search engine
Is
behind
YouTube.
Google.
Yep.
Okay.
And Google Unsend.
Yeah.
Wow. Yes, ma'am.
I think it might benefit you to really break out your services in a specific sort of menu.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you probably have that to yourself in some way, and then you tailor what you offer to your clients as you hear what they need. But I think that if you had that sort of menu, similar to the advice that I said to Josh last week, that it sort of makes it, sort of like Jason said, less overwhelming. The idea, you can help me with everything. I can pick the first thing I want you to help me with, and then I can add services later once that, So I think that really clarifying that as, okay, I do email organization and set up rules for your email to sort of clear itself at this rate. I can clean up your drive and make it organized with files, and I can do it at this rate. And I can, create social media content for you at per content, but we can bundle all these for, and just sort of create a menu for people.
I had those things on my website when I built my own.
Yep.
And then I had somebody who looked at it and said, no, you need to take that off. It needs to only be one page. You need to have this only. I can add, it's in my portfolio.
Yeah.
It's something I can hand people in paper, but it's not on my website. But
I don't know that it necessarily has to be on your website, but as long as you have it as something you can sort of give people to look at a la carte, so that when you say, I do all these things, it's not just I do all these things, it's, she does, and this clarity, and it shows your organization too with a physical piece or on the website, either one.
Okay.
Or a link you can send people just of a graphic.
Okay.
When you inquire.
yes, Breon, no, I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, you good. I would, just to the point of like, I guess, I feel like people are encouraging you to get out there more. And as a recipient of like your services in some capacity, I would say your best billboard is people you have already like provided these services for, and allowing them to like do testimonial videos. Because if you don't want to be the face, these brands that you have helped grow already, they already have a face, they already have clients, and I'm sure people are like, man, I enjoy how smooth their intake process is. Who's doing that? And then it's like, oh, Jimmy, you know what I'm saying?
You want to be the first for me?
I would love to, and I'd love to be the one to film it, like, you know. So I would say, I know people have said like YouTube and Google, but for me, I've engaged with you through word of mouth, which we know that's the strongest form of advertising that you can receive, right? Like, and I think just to encourage you, you are definitely on the right road with that. So yeah.
Agreed.
Who's Parlor Vision LLC?
That's me. My last name is Parlier. That's where the nonprofit will end up being held. It used to only be Management Virtually Powered. That was the website I created, and it's no longer there. When I met with a team to kind of help me streamline what I wanted, this was the direction I was going with that advice. I will take it back and revamp that and see where we can go from there.
Jennifer, I have two things. One, I do feel like even if it's not on your website or what have you, right now I've been listening to you for a little bit, and for me personally, I'm still kind of lost.
Okay.
It kind of feels like a little bit like all over the place in your message. So I feel like figuring out a way to do two things. One, definitively say this is what we do.
Okay.
Because I'm still trying to, I know you said we do all these things, but all these things is all these things. So I think clearly communicating that would be very, very beneficial. And two, right now, today, in your business, where are you? What do you need? Because I think I haven't gotten that either. Like, where's the business today, and what's the plan, or what are you trying to do right now to grow your business?
Okay, the business has been active for exactly a year. September 19th, 2024 is when it incorporated in 2023. It went into actual business in 2024. We just passed the $170,000 mark, which
That's awesome.
it's a start. I mean, in a year, it was more than I kind of thought, because I didn't know how to do a lot of the original client gaining piece. But I'm happy with where it is. I need it to grow from there, obviously, because that's a drop in the bucket when it comes to the goals that we want to do later on.
Well, I would say that's a good amount of revenue to their point, and I haven't looked, so I don't know, but all of those customers at this point right now, you can go back to them, like make a phone call and say, hey, can you do me a favor and go on Google and write me a review? Like literally call people and ask them. They could be your homie, your husband, your daughter, her homegirl. Call these people and get them to put these reviews and 4 and 5-star reviews. It'll really, really help you out. But I think if you can just figure out how to streamline the message and tell the story, that will go very far for you.
Okay, thank you.
How are you different from, I have 2 virtual assistants.
Okay.
From the Philippines. So how are you different from those who are overseas?
From the Philippines and from here.
Well, she's here.
Well, the companies are here. The companies are here, but they outsource to.
They outsource. We do not outsource. Everybody here, there is a face and a physical person. They are all welcome they're welcome to come and sit down in front of you. However, I do have companies that are out of the state, so that's not. We can do Zoom calls with you. We are face to face.
That's big.
They're face to face too, because I have a person and I talk to her every day.
Exactly. We get in as a part of your business. We learn your business from start to finish. The reason is I had a call service that answered calls for me for a very brief amount of time. I don't want to give somebody a script. I need somebody to know how to answer. I need them, I have no problem if they say, I'm not 100% on that answer. I will get an answer and get back to you. That's acceptable for even a business owner who's going to use that from time to time. But I don't want somebody reading from a script. The clients that we support, when it comes to emails, when it comes to, they actually know your business. They spend time in the business, learning the business, so that they can answer adequately and make it feel to the client that the client matters and that the answers they are giving them are truthful and professional.
Go with that.
Yeah.
Go with that.
That's huge.
Go with that. Go with that big time, because your competition, I mean, I don't know what local competition is to virtual assistants that are very cheap.
Yes, they are.
But they still do the job.
This is true.
So what makes you stand out? Well, you want to be the elite, or you're the Americans here, or you know the business. I mean, what you just said was like gold, versus the virtual assistant that I feed them what I want them to do, and they do it and do it well, but they're not going beyond that. They're not, so I would definitely, because there's Rocket Station, there's one job, I mean, there's a whole bunch. But.
Yes, ma'am.
As a business-to-business provider of confidential information between me and my clients, I need to know that you're not sending it overseas, which is fine for people that want to do that. For me, that it's not.
Right.
Being local, I'm also virtual, and I do have clients that are not in the area, but knowing that I can meet with you via Zoom or Teams or however, or have coffee down the street, I like that small town, personal feel. You're gonna get to know me and my business and what I need. So when I turn over, for example, I'd love to be able to have a moment where I'm like, I can't handle the phones, I'm gonna give it to Jennifer. I need to know that you're gonna answer as me. Maybe not the accent, but you know what I'm saying.
I would.
Yeah, work on that. But I need to know that you're gonna answer as me with my best interests in mind, but it's because it's confidential information. And so being local is huge for me. And knowing how closely you work with your team. The other thing is, I love research. And so if I'm new here and I don't know you, I'm gonna go to your website. I'm gonna look you up on Google. And if on your website, if I see the services you offer, not the pricing, because for me, it's individual, but services you offer, and then maybe bundles or whatever, but also if you have the logos, with the permission, of course, of the nonprofit, across the top. Because if I went to your website and I saw Hearts of Teal, I'd find something for you to do. Because they have a place in my heart. So having those logos and knowing that, number one, you've got permission to do that, so they're not gonna give you that unless you are part of their nonprofit family.
Right.
That's gonna be huge for me as a business-to-business provider, service provider.
Okay. Definitely. Yes.
Me?
Like a teacher, yes.
I just thought, I don't know if this is already a tagline, but it should be. Then that's not a script that somebody knows how to answer. I just thought that whatever reason hit me really hard
It hit
today.
me
So I
too,
thought,
like, it was one of the things, I'm like, yeah, I'm working with
It's
you.
like, oh, yeah.
I don't want anybody with a script, someone
Right.
that knows about me and my business, so that was a
Exactly.
good one. Virtual, but not
Okay.
real. Virtual, but real.
Okay.
Yes, I have 3 quick comments. Jumping on what she said, if you can also get permission from the clients who are happy with you to put them as a running, like, a happy clients, this business, this business, this business, this business, this business,
Okay.
just to show that you are active within functioning, you know, whether it's one-time service or recurring service, but your clients want to, you know, prove that, one, that they made the right choice and help you grow, but also they usually like that free advertisement.
Yes.
Now their logo's on another
Yeah.
website.
There's
So
logos,
try to
yeah.
take that route. Second, something you said earlier that caught me was you said, legs in all back office functions. I feel like that could be used as part of how you build your menu of things. You need like an analogy, whether it's building a sandwich or building a house or something, but like an analogy of all the pieces, parts that you build their foundation of function.
I use it as a table. That's why they're legs, to be really
Okay,
honest.
perfect.
Because your goal sits up on top of the table, but there's so many pieces that go into it. So there's the content creation leg, there's
Yeah.
the general admin leg, there's the, newsletters.
I like that. We need that visual.
I gotta think.
And I forgot my last thing, so.
You're supposed to.
Yeah, right? Maybe I need somebody to help organize the chaos.
That's great. Well, thank you guys for giving her such great feedback. Jennifer, I hope you found it helpful. As
Very.
always, I have a video that I will recap and send your way.
Thank you.
Before I let you go, I do want to give you this gift from 1 Million Cups. Now you're part of the club. Can I see anybody who's presented that has their cup with them? Up
Oh, I don't have it here.
I see 2, and I got mine. So.
Perfect size for my coffee.
Beautiful, excellent. Well, thank you guys. Before I let you go, I will tell you I am very happy to report that we do have scheduled presenters for another couple weeks. But that is not enough. I'm going to push you to keep going. If you have already presented and it's been 6 months or more, you are welcome to reapply. I would love that. Glenda, we haven't really even heard about Joy Event Rentals from up here, so like, come on.
It's gonna be from Yanni.
Of course, no, I would expect nothing less. But I'm just saying, you guys are thriving, that business is thriving right now, and I'd love to help support you. Yes.
Now, I will say, based on that comment you just made, after you made the same comment last week, for everybody in here, based on that, saying need more people, I actually registered already, and I'm
Yep.
going to be presenting on October 22nd.
Yes. Which I think was the next first available,
Right,
which
yes.
means +7 from there. Brianna.
This for her.
Okay. So, we want to invite everybody. They're actually, if you are not, are you familiar with Glendalough Manor? It's a beautiful, beautiful venue up in Tyrone. And they're actually opening their door for the public and for everybody, not only for brides or couples or those people who are actually planning weddings. This venue is also good for any types of events. We do have a bridal affair event happening this coming Sunday, and we're actually promoting it big time all over social media. So everybody's welcome, you know, even if you just want to check the place. It's a beautiful Irish-inspired venue, and feel free to join us Sunday, September 21st, from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. So see you there.
Awesome. Well, once again, thank you guys. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.